The trading ships had arrived in Venice from Kaffa only 2 days ago. The summer solstice had come and passed, and now the days were hot and heavy with humidity. The piers were alive with the sound of activity and excitement. I could smell the tang of varnished wood, the stale odor of stagnating water, the enticing aroma of goods being unloaded from the ships, exotic spices from the Far East, their scent hinting at the strange and wondrous places of their origin. I was on my way to the marketplace. Usually I did not have the money to purchase anything of value, but I still enjoyed the experience. I would sit near the outskirts and watch, a detached spectator, and imagine the luxury goods I would one day be affluent enough to buy. Then no longer would I merely be a spectator, but an open contender in the commerce. A childish daydream, but one that gave me a welcoming reprieve from the daily grind of life. However, today was different. I was here to buy a gift for my sister's wedding with a small sum of money I had saved for the occasion. And a splendid occasion it was going to be. Her fiancé was an upper-middle-class man, a well-known merchant. This was an opportunity for my family, and in times such as these, the opportunities were not to be squandered. The marketplace was crowded, too much so to be entirely comfortable. I could hear the irritated voices of the customers berating the merchants, attempting to bargain down the exorbitant prices. In one vendor's stall, I saw the drying, blackening carcasses of 3 pigs, their strong smell mingling with that of exquisite perfumes and spices, meshing to create something disconcerting, almost nauseating. Finding the perfect gift was going to be difficult. The merchandise was either much too costly or simply raw materials, which would be laughably crude for such an occasion. Then I saw it. An iridescent silken scarf from the far-off Orient, elegantly emblazoned with red and black flower, one foreign to this land. As I started to haggle with the merchant over price, I became distracted by 2 men at a neighboring stall, heatedly arguing over some outrageous rumor percolating through the marketplace. "I tell you the devil was aboard that ship," said one with an uncomfortable and superstitious fervency. "They said that 2 men died, their flesh rotting off as they still lived." "It was 6 that died," countered the other. "But it was the spice. It gave them fever and black spots. They're calling it Black Death. They've thrown away the entire cargo." "No, the sailors saw the devil. 3 went overboard." And so it went. The marketplace was, generally, rife with such stories, which I found were invariably traceable to the effects of long voyages and the imagination of bored sailors. In my opinion, such fanciful devil stories were nothing short of preposterous. I finished bargaining with the merchant, concluded my purchase, and started on my way home. The day was coming to an end. The sun hung low on the horizon, a bloated sanguinary-tinged disk, filling the evening sky with its dull red glow. I was well on my way back. As I walked along the piers, I heard the sound of children laughing. I noticed a group of 3 boys who looked no older than 10, gathered in a circle. As I got closer, I was able to make out words, threats of obscene violence. "Stab its eyes out. Break its bones. Tear its ears off." And then I saw it. A small kitten with jet-black fur. The boys were tormenting it with the disturbing and unwarranted cruelty of which young boys are so often capable. It almost made sense. The animal had most likely been thrown off a ship during the recent rumors and prevailing superstitions. I felt a hot flash of anger. I had once a black cat, a large male with silky black fur which I had named Zito. He had brought me nothing but fortune. My father had been a merchant at the time. He had found him on a ship, and he was a fine mouser. When my father would leave on long voyages, Zito would keep me company. He would sit on my bed while I watched the ships from the window, hoping my father was returning with them. Then, one day, my father left and never returned. Reports later confirmed he had died in a shipwreck. I was devastated. Zito sat with me, comforting me through this time of despair and grief, a last link to my father. Those times were long past now, and Zito, like my father, was merely a memory. I angrily strode into the group of boys and grabbed one of their sticks and broke it. "Get out of here!" I shouted and roughly pushed the nearest one. They scattered, running off, laughing senselessly. I picked the kitten up. It was trembling, every muscle tensed. I thought of Zito and stroked it till it calmed. "You will be just like Zito," I whispered. "You will be a great mouser and a loving companion, and you will bring me fortune. But," I noted Riley, scratching my arm, "you will not be sleeping in my bed until we get rid of these fleas." I put the kitten in my coat pocket and continued home.